Agetum est Megetum. Children are maggots.
Hi, my name is Kate Collins, and I'm the producer of the 78644 podcast. But this particular day, I'm also the mom of one of the cast members of Matilda that's going to be at the Gaslight-Baker Theatre this weekend all the way through July and into early August. And we're really excited about this play, so come in and let's learn more about it. We're here with Beth James, the director of Matilda the Musical. Hello, how are you?
Good, I'm doing good.
Thank you for taking time. We are on the week leading up to the opening, which is an insane time to grab her. So I really appreciate you taking a minute to do this.
Absolutely.
And so first, and for our viewers who may not be familiar with the Baker Theater and past productions you've done, what other productions have you done?
I directed most recently Misery. Then I've also done 9 to 5 here. I directed Play That Goes Wrong here, and I directed Harvey here.
So how did you get involved? How did you find the Gaslight? Where do you live?
So I live in San Antonio. When I started here, I lived in San Marcos, and I was working pretty regularly at the Emily Ann Theater, and the director there came over here and did Midsummer Night's Dream. And I was in that production, then got to talking about the fact that I direct, and that's actually where my theater degree is and things. So got on with the artistic director. He came and saw one of my productions and was like, oh, she can direct. Yeah, come over here. Direct shows over here. So I think that's kind of how I ended up in this realm.
Have you ever done a musical?
Yes, I did 9 to 5.
Oh, 9 to 5 was the musical. That's right. That's right. Fantastic.
And I've assistant directed probably 20-ish musicals before that.
Wow.
15 to 20-ish musicals, a lot of junior shows, some full-length shows, all over the place. But I've probably done somewhere around 115 productions total.
Wow.
If I counted.
That actually makes so much more sense now, because we did a run through last night and I walked away with my mouth open, because first of all, let's talk a little bit about how you chose Matilda, and how do you even begin to approach such a big production with so many moving parts?
So I actually wanted to do Matilda the year we did 9 to 5. There was another theater that was doing it. So I've been trying to do this musical for a while. The thing that I was really interested in is I actually worked with a magician for a short amount of time. So I'm very into trying to figure out how magic trick works. And one of the things I've noticed, Gaslight, because we have such a large space, we always use projections and things to enhance the scene. And so I really wanted to take the show and make sure we did all practical magic and we didn't do anything that was just lights and show. I wanted to make sure everything was real and in your face and very over the top Roald doll, colorful. You've seen the set. Very colorful. That's the first thing I said, was I just need to spit up color everywhere. And I actually super loved working with kids. I did a lot of, we were talking about earlier, directed a lot of junior shows, used to work junior camps too. And I wanted to try to bring something that was fun and light and with the younger community, and that could appeal to all audiences, as a lot of times when you have any sort of musical or any sort of show, it's really focused towards one. I don't feel like this show is. I feel like it really focuses for all ages, not just the general, I agree. The children's show. This doesn't feel like a children's show.
No, not at all.
It's just a show with children in it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's talk about the kids, because they're such a big part of the show.
Hi, my name is Charlotte Collins, and I'm part of the Big Kid Ensemble.
Hi, my name is Nayla Corley, and I play in the Big Kids Ensemble, and I'm also Lavender's understudy.
My name is Harrison, and I'm playing Michael Wormwood and a big kid.
Hi, my name is Karina Olguin, and I'm a big kid and a part of the Big Kid Chorus.
Hi, I'm Sienna, and I'm playing Lavender and Matilda understudy. Hi, my name is Mordecai Cruser, and my role in Matilda the Musical is Eric.
I am Zachary Gutierrez, and I play Bruce Bogtrotter.
My name is Remy, and I play Nigel.
My name's Ava Worley, and my role in Matilda is Alice, one of Matilda's classmates.
Hi, I'm David Delonzo, and I am playing Tommy and Matilda the Musical.
I am Marlo, and I have the role of Matilda. I'm Elena Munoz, and I'm playing Amanda Thrimp.
I know someone has told me how many auditioned. Do you remember that number?
69. We had
69 children.
children audition for this.
And how many hearts did you break?
A lot. We ended up with, I believe, 14 in the cast.
Wow.
Yes.
Which is still a lot of children.
Yes, it's
And
actually more than it called for. It only called for 9 children, but there was 5 extras that I just couldn't. I was like, I need them. I really need that person.
Mordecai is Miss Trunchbull's real life son,
Yeah.
and so you'll see some dynamics there that I think that they're taking advantage of the fact that they're on the stage.
Yes, yes,
I'm
for
not-
sure. You're for sure. And it's funny because it's all directed by him. He's like, I want you to do this to me. And she's like, I don't want to hurt you. It's one of my favorite things. But yeah, I think the rest of the kids were from Lockhart. But I have to say this too, because I find this really interesting. That's not the case of what came to audition. Like what came to audition, I had people from San Antonio, I had people from San Marcos, I had people from Kyle, Buda, Austin. I mean, there was children from everywhere, and I'm not super heavily involved in the children's education at this theater.
Mhm.
So I came in not knowing who any of the kids were. I knew a couple of them because I had seen them in 1 or 2 things, but I came in not knowing any of them.
Wow.
And I think because they were, trained with our education program, and a lot of them have gone through all of that they were so much more comfortable in auditions and actually like there, ready to go, prepared to audition. Which I think actually really helps all the Lockhart kids get picked for their talent, which was really awesome.
Yeah, versus just needing to fill space.
Yes.
So with that in mind, so the Gaslight-Baker Theatre is an entirely volunteer organization, and I'm in constant awe of that. When I see a production like this, I'm even more in awe of this because there's people working, it feels like around the clock, doing different things, bringing this together.
Yes.
And just from your open call where you had kids coming from all over. I mean, what are the challenges of an all volunteer production?
There's a lot of challenges. We're all volunteers, so I hate to say this sounds negative. I don't want it to sound negative, but like things easily can fall through the cracks. And so we all have to be all hands on deck all the time. And I think as a director, as, a set designer, anything like that, like you really have to be very creative in everything you do because you never know if your all volunteer is going to be 20 people who show up to volunteer for you or 2.
Right.
And you still have to get the same amount of work done, whether it's 20 people or 2 that show up.
Right. And with a smile on your face, right? Because you don't want to scare the 2 people away.
Yes, exactly. You gotta work through all of the challenges. Sometimes we're really limited in the amount of people we have. Sometimes we have a crazy amount of people. Like, for example, we might have auditions where in this case there were 69 children, but total auditioners with the adults as well was 103 people.
My goodness.
And we could have 103 people show up for auditions, but have only one person who volunteers to work backstage. And so then you have to work through the challenges of like, well, what does that mean? What do we have to do? What does the cast need to do? How are we going to arrange that? And you really have to have just a bunch of very dedicated people who are willing to be like, if I have to stay here till midnight every night to get this done, I'm going to.
You're gonna get it done.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it's such an inspirational thing to see that volunteerism on display in the form of art, because I mean, mainly in our times, the arts are struggling.
Right.
And Xander was telling me a little bit about, just that that it's something that is in them that has to come out. And so no matter what the challenges are, however you do your 9-to-5 job, like this is the passion that brings meaning into this existence without getting too existential and
Yes.
But not that they don't want to get paid, and please tip and buy tickets, and maybe someday the Gaslight-Baker Theatre will be a paid theater, because that definitely should be the goal.
Yeah,
but
right.
It is very, very cool to see how many humans and all of their different talents at work.
Yes, and all of them come together and everybody brings something different. And having a conversation with Jason Jones recently about like what our theater's strengths are. And one of the things I think our theater's strength is production value.
Yes.
I think we have so many people who are so talented who can come together, and the production value is just way over the roof of what I've seen a lot of other community theaters do.
Absolutely. It has never felt like, referencing a Lockhart, Waiting for Guffman experience. You know, have you seen the movie Waiting for Guffman? Oh, you need to see it. It was all filmed here, but they're putting on a community play, and it is very much a community play, and that's not what you guys do. You guys bring a high level of production value.
And that's like a big driving factor for me. Like, if I'm going to do theater that is minimalist and doesn't have a lot, I want to be probably actually more in a space like this, a small space where it's intimate. But if you have a huge space like Gaslight-Baker does for community theater, that is a huge space.
Yeah.
I think the spectacle needs to be there. I think that's what you want to see. I don't think you want to see a minimalist musical on something that is so grandiose that you want the musical to be just as big as the space is. So you have to work really hard to make sure it feels just as big as the space is.
Well, we're lucky to have you and all of this crew of humans that are putting together this beautiful piece. Like I said, I saw it last night, and I saw, you know, there's going to be several more. There was tweaks, you know, I've got, you'll see her giving notes probably in some B-roll. And I mean, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like on Friday, because from a viewer, from a person who knows nothing about the theater, really, the notes would have been small, you know, except for like some tripping and things that you can't control.
Yeah.
So what are you most excited about with Friday? And what are you most nervous about?
I'm most nervous. We'll start with most nervous. We are still finalizing. Everything's finished, detailed. This show is incredibly detail oriented, like down to every little nook and cranny has to be just the way it needs to be. But what I'm excited about is we only have 6 orphan seats left.
Yes.
So we're going to be super sold out, which means the energy is
Absolutely.
going to be incredibly high.
Yeah.
And I think this show is so funny. And when you have a funny show, you need an audience for those actors to finally realize all the funny work that they put into it, what that means. I think it's very different from a serious show. With a serious show, like, the audience comes in, you feel their intense energy, and that helps you run. But there's nothing better than a comedy when you find a moment that maybe you thought was funny, but, you know, you've never really heard anyone laugh except maybe me, because I laugh so loudly that all of them hear me laugh the entire time.
So sorry.
But like when an audience just like cracks up laughing at something that you thought was so minor, like, and you're like, oh, I am funny. Look how funny I am. And I can't wait for the kids to feel that energy, because a lot of them have done smaller shows or been a smaller character in a big show, but this is a big show with big characters, and they're going to hold so much of that show to realize what the audience energy actually feels like bouncing off of them. So I'm very excited to see how that works out for them.
Well, thank you for taking the time. I'll let you get back to the 50 jobs that you have, and it is running from July 11th to August 3rd. You can get your tickets at gaslight.org, and feel free to donate so that these fine people can get paid and lovely productions can continue.
Yeah, and there's a link to donate on our website.
Do it.
She doesn't get to say it in this show, but I will turn you upside down and drain all your bodily fluids into jars. Yes, jars. A contract is a contract is a contract. My hands are tied. The burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in the cage, will be performed, and it will be performed this day, or off to prison you both shall go. Miss Honey, do you think that I would allow myself to be defeated by these maggots? Who do you think I am, Miss Honey? A weakling? An idiot? You? A contract! It's a contract! It's a contract!
We're gonna have a little spelling bee, and if you get one word wrong, you're going to chokey!
Should have thought of that before he decided to make a pact with Satan and eat and steal my cake.
They are known around the world as the wildly over-the-top parents of Matilda, the brilliant little girl who used her brain and a few telekinetic powers to rise above a not-so-supportive home life. Their story became a book, a film, and now a global musical phenomenon. Welcome, Harry Wormwood and Zinnia Wormwood.
Child.
Hello.
Hello. It's been a while. We last time, well, actually, I don't know when the last time was, but the story has been out. Your story has been out for 14 years.
I know, we look just like it was written yesterday, am I right?
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely had some work done, but...
Well, we can't all let stupidity get rid of our wrinkles.
So take this moment and let's just be honest. Were you surprised people found your parenting style so entertaining?
Oh, absolutely. We took parenting very, very seriously.
Yes, I mean, we were cultivating a sort of competitive but familial bond between the children, of course.
Okay, so the show's been a massive success. International tours, merch, I mean, movie adaptations, a huge deal, record deal with Netflix. How are you guys enjoying this new life? Have you enjoyed that money?
Let me tell you something about this Netflix one. They completely cut out my entire story.
Oh, and I'm barely in it at all. I mean, legitimately, this...
Truly, it's a disgrace. Their adaptation may be the worst adaptation of our story to date.
Well...
14 years to get the action correct, and they threw us under a bus.
I know. I will say, though,
Don't say any more.
Right.
But let's just be honest here. I mean, the end of the story is the fact that you guys give Matilda away.
She wanted to go. We are the heroes.
Clearly. I mean, she wanted to stay with her classmates. I mean, Spain is great, I'll tell you that
It's
much.
wonderful.
Oh, beautiful.
Truly.
You get a siesta every now and then.
Okay.
It's great.
Okay.
So really, I mean, it was a mutually beneficial.
Apart from the Spanish.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Well, moving on. Bit of the musical, and this is for you, Mr. Wormwood, about, some issue with the Russians.
Oh, well, let me... I'd just like to say, I think it was, in most versions, a little over-exaggerated. I mean, really, if you saw the original Wormwood Motors, 155 cars, I believe it
Really
fit...
got us all killed, he did.
Oh, I had it under control.
Did you?
The girl
Okay.
expanded. She expounded upon.
Okay, my producer's telling me we need to move on.
No,
I don't talk about this anymore. Okay, so Mrs. Wormwood, I think our audience is probably dying to find out the real story with you and Rodolfo.
He's my dance partner. Nothing more than that. Although, let me tell you, Spain has done wonders for Rodolfo's self-esteem. The beautiful beaches, all that time to be shirtless in the sun.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So he's still in the picture, guys. That's just for everybody to know. And you can make your own assumptions. Okay, so you've become cultural icons in your own right. People dress as you for Halloween, quote you online, even remix your lines on TikTok.
Oh, yes.
So how does it feel to be unexpectedly famous? And maybe you should start.
I'll be honest with you, it wasn't unexpected. I knew it was going to come eventually. It's a little unfortunate it wasn't on Dancing with the Stars. I would have loved to be on the same season as Ilona Ma. Such an icon for women. But we knew we would be famous. Didn't we say we'd be famous one day?
I mean,
We said we'd be famous one day, and I just knew it.
And okay, so here's your opportunity. This is actually a reader or a viewer sent in question. What is the biggest misconception the public has about y'all?
If I want to say something, it's a struggle to have what I'd like to say is mistruths about my business. Now, some of the things in the show are less accurate, we'll say. Especially if you come down to Wormwood Motors España, you should most likely see that you'll get the best deals anywhere else in the entire continent of Europe.
I'll be honest with you, as far as it goes with me, that movie that happened, oh gosh, it must have been really 20 years ago now. That movie gave everybody the idea that I was a gambler, bingo or something. I've never touched the stuff. I am a dancer. I've always been a dancer, and I don't think I'll ever be very interested in bongo.
I don't even know what it was. And the other thing,
No.
So I think we probably have to wrap it up. I think we have all that we need, but
Sure, we're happy to stay for more.
I think we're good, but but there is
the audience loves us.
I mean, clearly, this is going to be a huge hit.
I wouldn't be a mother if I didn't ask this question. So I would like us to leave on this note. If you could say one thing to your daughter right now, like if she's right on the other side of that screen, one honest, heartfelt thing, what would it be? Go ahead. Look in the mirror, in the camera lens, and
ballroom.
I'm sure you're enjoying your success.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, y'all are one of a kind, and we're grateful that you took a minute to talk to us, and wish you all the best.
One duck, two geese, three French hens, four big brown bears, five fat females fixing for a fight, six simple Simon sitting on his stump, seven Sicilian sailors sailing the seven seas.
So we're sitting here with Savannah Cervantez, and she is the musical director as well as cast member of Matilda. Can you tell me, let's start with your cast member, because that's double duty. Who are you playing in Matilda?
So I am playing Mrs. Wormwood, Matilda's mother, and I'm that character who's very loud and brash and kind of doesn't really care about Matilda at all. So that's, oh my gosh, sorry, I just saw a trick being demonstrated on stage. Is fantastic. Yeah,
A swinging of a dummy child by her hair.
yes, it's incredibly distracting, but very worth it to watch. You should totally come see this show. Yeah, so Mrs. Wormwood is a character who obviously gave birth to Matilda, but she's very self-centered, very self-absorbed. She aspires to be a dancer. And she doesn't really care about books or stories. And she feels like the most important things in a girl's life are makeup and hair dye. And she's incredibly vapid and dumb. And it's a lot of fun to play her because she gets a great song.
That's fantastic. And then just because you don't have enough to do, you are actually the entire musical director of this musical. And help me in telling me this is not the first time you've had this role at the Gaslight-Baker Theatre. What other productions have you been a part of?
Well, I'm actually very fortunate. I'm not solely the only music director, but my job is actually to work on the vocals. So I taught the cast the singing and the harmony parts that go with this. We have another musical director, Ben Cook, who actually is our band director. So he's been working on the accompaniment side of things. So he's been working with the band for months, preparing them to play along with this. So this is the first time I've had a co-music director here at the Gaslight, but I've done music direction with a couple of different companies a few different times. So my day job is I'm an elementary music teacher, but one of my great hobbies and loves is working with children's choirs as well as musical theater. In community theater, I've done company here at the Gaslight-Baker, and I also I've been in a couple of their other summer productions, 9 to 5 and Something Rotten. So company was my music direction debut where I taught adults how to sing the songs for the first time. And then most recently, I worked with Doug at the Bastrop Opera House. We did A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, which is a very small production with about 6 ensemble members and 4 main cast. So that was an incredibly intimate experience with a bunch of different performers. So I would say this might actually be the largest cast I've worked with in community theater.
How many are we talking?
Here we have 12 young kids. We have another 5 or 6 middle-aged kids. And then our adult ensemble is another 12. So we're looking at almost 30. 30 people in our cast.
And this is as a layman, I'm not a theater expert if you haven't caught on yet. But I have watched you at the piano warming everybody up, and you can hear when one person is off in that sea of voices, which I'm just so impressed by. What have the challenges been on wrangling this many people?
You know, I'm going to say I'm incredibly lucky that my day job is, in fact, teaching music. And this is something I have been doing for 10 years. So the challenges here is predominantly the fact that we are a wide range of ages and skills. So my daily work is with pre-K through fifth graders. So like 5 to 12, 4 to 12 years old. I work with middle school kids once a week, and I've been working with high schoolers for a year and a half. Just after school, teaching lessons and all of that. So this is my opportunity to work with older people. And I'm so grateful I get to work with older people, because I look at like Bex and Derek, who have come in a few times. You know, we were pretty pinched on time, and I'm like, I need to split this group up and work with the little kids, and you take the adults for a minute. And they were able to help with that. Our adults are very quick. A lot of them are incredibly musical. So it's fast. They're like, yes, we've got this. And then we have the kids who are much younger and have less experience on the music side. The flying doll has just launched into the other music director.
There's shenanigans happening.
Shenanigans. It's great. Come see the show. Yeah. So the kids, they're still working through those experiences. Our Matilda is an incredibly bright child. She is so incredible, but she doesn't have a ton of formal vocal training. She does play instruments, but it's not been a thing that she's done very much. So when I find those voices, you know, I'm trying to be like the positive teacher about it, being like, hey, I'm hearing this. I want you to try this, which is usually taller vowels, because we're from Britain in this show, and we're in Texas. We sing like this, and I like to say to my children, in Texas, you can speak with your teeth completely clenched and everybody can understand all the words coming out of your mouth.
She's talking to you, James McMurtry.
Yeah, this is exactly how people talk. And when you're performing, funny thing, that doesn't work very well. So, you know, you get used to hearing those things. So that wide range of skills can sometimes be difficult to manage, because the kids need lots of repetition, and they need a lot of I try and find as many individual little bits of guidance that I can find. Meanwhile, I can look at some people and say, just do it. And they've got it. And so, you know, you're tackling I need enough repetitions to make sure these people can do it correctly, but not so many that these people get bored and frustrated. Right. So what a time to be alive. It's fantastic.
So opening night is on Friday. You guys will be playing all the way through August 3rd. Is that correct? And what can people expect on Friday when they come? And how are you feeling about being ready for it?
So many people who are just filled with energy. Opening night is always one of the best energy nights. Now, we did get a picture of tickets for opening night, and we are basically sold out. There's a ticket here and there that you can snag if you want to come see the show on opening night. But I have a feeling we're going to be tired, because Tech Week's always exhausting. Yeah. But when you have that sort of audience who's ready to just support you, that energy feeds into the stage, and we're going to have an incredible show opening night. And I have a feeling Sunday matinee is going to be where we're like having to hold it together and be like, okay, guys, we can. Yes, we can. Sí, se puede. You know, like that goodness. But we have a magical show. Like, there's magic in the show, and our director Beth is so incredible at what she does that it feels like magic when we're watching it, and we know how it works. We're like, yes, we know exactly what's happening. And then we're watching, we're like, oh my God, that's amazing. Just, you know, just like locked in. All the kids run to the stage and they go, oh my God, they all freak out, and it's a magical show. And we're going to be tired by the end of this first weekend, but I feel like that audience reception is going to be there, and you're going to feel that magic that we have set up here. I'm looking forward to it a lot. Like, I want to tell everybody, guys, you need to come see this show. I've been telling my family, you need to get your tickets right now. Like, again, tickets are going fast, because, you know, anytime you have kids in a show, all of the, like, grandma, grandpa, tios, tias, like, everybody wants to come see it. I'm like, you need to lock in fast. If you want to see the show, don't wait, don't hesitate. Come on out. You're gonna have a fantastic time. It's beautiful. Like, the set is gorgeous.
I mean, I think that's all you need to know right there.
Yeah, come see the show.
Well, thank you so much for taking a minute. I know they're going to be needing you any second now, but good luck this week and break a leg.
Yeah, thank you. Oh my gosh, I hope to break 2.
All right.
One times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, 6 times 2 is 12.
Mrs. Trunchbull is on stage, so we're going to just try to see what we're doing and get interviews. Mrs. Trunchbull, is this a good time? I have a school to run. Mrs. Trunchbull? Mrs. Trunch, get out of my face! We're from the 786.
Oh, really? You brought the authorities with you. Do you think that you have any place here? Get out of my school. Get out of the way.
I'm not sure this is going to happen.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We are here with Xander Bien and the choreographer of Matilda the Musical at Gaslight-Baker Theatre. Hello, Xander. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
This isn't awkward at all. I wanted to just first find out, how did you get involved with the Gaslight-Baker Theatre? You were telling me a few minutes ago that you were in 9 to 5. Is that right?
Yeah, I played Josh in 9 to 5. He was like one of the main character's sons, and he like showed up for like 1 second to do a dumb trick on a skateboard, and then I was ensemble for the rest of the time. But that was the first time I'd worked with Beth. She's been in my circle because my friend Natalie, we used to work together at Seton High School, and they're best friends, and they've been, so like I knew her, but I had never like worked with her. And then she just really,
Beth is the director of Matilda.
Yeah, and she really liked my dancing during that performance, and I became sort of an unofficial dance captain, even though I wasn't the choreographer at the time. And then it was probably like last summer she would mention that she wanted help with this, specifically dance help. So yeah, I basically signed up like a year ago, and then it didn't come into fruition until February when we like sat down as a team to start talking about how we were gonna make this happen.
So what is your background in dance?
So I was like in dance all through childhood. Like I think I started at 5 in like ballet and tap and hip hop. Like I've literally done the whole gamut. I was part of like a dance troupe when I was in high school. I was part of a dance troupe up until the end of high school, and then I did like a little bit of ballet in college, but not like trying to be a professional or anything about it. So I have like 18 years of just like being a dancer, but not really doing anything with it, just kind of like doing the youth stuff that, you know, you put on performances and stuff. But I'd never done musical theater until I did 9 to 5.
And so you had mentioned also, I think yesterday when we were talking, that you are also a teacher. Where do you teach?
I teach at Seguin High School. This year I'm teaching AP 3. So I'm teaching English 3 with my juniors, but I had sophomores last year. And I'll probably have some sophomore classes again this year, but I love teaching high school.
Okay, so your teaching background along with your choreography background, do you feel like that's the perfect match for handling 15 young, small children and teaching them a full-blown musical?
I do think that set me up for success, although I have never worked with little kids. So, like, I've only ever done high school, and they're a little bit more like people like that, you know, they're like grown. But these kids are so fantastic. It almost has me wanting to teach littler kids because I'm like, you guys are awesome.
Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled.
I mean, I really do. I think that it's honestly just the specific kids that are in this cast are so incredible. And so it's like I'm teaching a high school class, even though they're all like 8.
So as far as starting to map out what your plan was for the choreography, I know that's maybe a long answer, but I mean, had you ever done anything like that before? And what are the challenges as far as figuring that out?
Yeah, I did do one dance class. I taught a dance class when I was in college and I was just trying to get a job. I taught like little kid ballet and I taught little kid hip hop, very basic stuff. You know, we weren't trying to put on a performance of this caliber. So I really had no idea what I was doing. Actually, I knew that I had some ideas of like moves that I think look good and times that I've been in a dance where moves didn't look good. And I'm like, I don't want to make those mistakes. I also got some help from the assistant choreographer, Gareth, who's in the show as well. And we met a couple of times in the months prior to like starting the show. And we just started bouncing ideas around and like I literally would just listen to every single song like 1,000 times and just stare at myself in the mirror, like doing different things to see how it all looked together. And then Beth had wanted me to get together like a little piece of Revolting Children, which is like the main final song, and teach it to the kids for the auditions. So that was another thing that I had to have ready for auditions, was like something for them to have to learn on the fly to see how they did with picking up choreography. But yeah, I think like once I had finished my first song, Revolting Children was the one that I did entirely, like, and then I started looking at the other songs. Once I had gotten the confidence in doing that one and had gotten positive feedback from the people who were like at auditions and were like, that's such a cool dance, I was like, okay, I got this. I could do the rest of it. And certainly I've had to, like, in reality, you get up there and like you think that a move's going to look cool, but you only have this much space to work with because the set requires it. And so, you know, we've had to adjust, we've had to simplify, we've had to add, and it's just kind of like a collaborative process that needs to happen.
And kind of always organic, kind of constantly moving. I saw you making adjustments even yesterday, and opening night is on Friday. How are you feeling? Are you feeling like you're going to make it, or is everybody, or it's going to be what it's going to be? I think it's going to be fantastic.
I think it's going to be amazing. I think I have high standards for myself and others. And so that can like sometimes make me feel stressed about, you know, things not being perfect, but perfection is not really the goal. The goal is to get an awesome show together. And I think that's what we've done.
So one of the things I'm going to talk with you about, as well as Beth, is the fact that the Gaslight-Baker Theatre is 100% volunteer. Nobody is getting paid. And just being a parent of one of the cast members, seeing just the amount of time and effort that goes into mainly a production of this scale. This is not just a play. This is a full-blown musical dance number. Are you crazy?
Yes. Everyone who has worked on this show is insane. We're seeking help to anyone willing to offer it. No, but I mean, I'm talking about this to my partner who's also in the show. They play the doctor at the beginning of this show. And it's like something that, like, if you're a creative person and you want to make art and you want to do that in your life, especially if you're not like a professional, it's so hard to find little places in your life to make that happen. So I think it's cool that we have this opportunity to just like make art together and get obsessive and get passionate. And even it's not about the money, of course. Like, I'm happy that we're making money for the Gaslight because they're going to bring in sales from the tickets.
Doesn't turn down money, though, just for the record.
I'll take tips. But no, I mean, I'm a creative person, and I think everybody who's worked on this show is a creative person. And I think it's one of those things that if that's in your heart, you kind of have to do it, no matter if it's like taking up all your free time or not. But I definitely, I really am just amazed by Sarah Lee, who is Matilda's mom, because she's been here making the set look incredible since like a month ago. She's just been working like crazy.
When you said not professional, I think actually all of this is super professional. It is, yeah. And I've never seen a show at the Gaslight that I didn't feel like, oh my God, like I've been in constant amazement of the fact that it's volunteer, because normally volunteer means, no offense to any volunteers, but just that the quality isn't as good. And this is not the case here at all. So, well, I just want to thank you for taking a minute and break a leg. And we can't wait till Friday.
Yay.
Come out to the Baker Theater.
Come out to the Baker Theater.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
People!